before you apply for that new job with more money, or you have made a decision you're going after a different clientele that's more of a higher value, before you go after the job or the client, do this first. Tanya here from Rich Results Mindsets. Look, I'm all about helping you master your mind so you can master your life. And today I want to be talking about frequencies. That's right. We're going to be talking about the vibrational scale and about being in harmony with certain frequencies, because we're all energetic beings and we all vibrate at a very high speed that makes us look solid. Look, I'm not a physicist, so I'm not going to give a whole lecture on any of this. I'll leave that up to the experts. But I do know this, that each and every one of us feels when we're in harmony with someone or we're not. Now, a lot of people might say, oh, I don't like that person, or there's something about that person. But really what they're talking about is that my frequency, the frequency I'm sitting on, is not a match to yours. We're not in harmony with each other. And so you can feel the dissonance between where you are and where they are. So that no one is right or wrong. It's all energy, and we're feeling people's energetic field. That's what we're picking up. And so it's so good to know that, because you can stop all judgment. You can let go of all this judgment when you can just put it down to all energy. I'm not a match to the frequency where you're vibrating at. It's really that simple, okay? So I was thinking today for you that if you are going to apply for a job, a new job with more money, or perhaps you're a business owner and you would love to be in the receivership of a different type of clientele because you've made a decision that you would like to raise your prices, then the first thing you should do is study the frequency. Study the frequency of where your ideal job is. The company has its own frequency, and the position has its own frequency. A certain client you would like to enroll is sitting on a different frequency, of course, of the vibrational scale. And so it's all about investigating the frequency. So here is a good example. So if I want to enroll a certain price point client, then I would go to certain settings where this client might hang out. And so I would then go into that setting and start to feel the frequency, feel the vibration, right, of the frequency that where my clients are hanging out. So a good example would be, I'm here in Vegas, and I would love to be working with certain clients, maybe in the entertainment world, because I used to carry a lot of them when I used to work with MGM on their private jets. So I love going to all the hotels here and visiting them. I often go for brunch early morning, and I love soaking in, not the smell of smoke, yes, that is obvious, but I do love going and feeling the vibration. And many of these hotels here have exquisite shops attached to their establishment, such as Chanel, and there's Louis Vuitton, and there's Prada. And so each of these shops has a feeling about it, a feeling of opulence, of wealth. And I do know this, that opulence and wealth, it's a very clean energy. You can feel the cleanliness. It's very orderly, that sort of vibration. So I love going in and tapping into that vibration, because by studying it with my senses, right, I'm really studying it with my senses. What does it smell like? What am I seeing? What am I touching? What am I tasting? Sometimes they do have certain lollies or certain candy they leave out for you to taste. And I learned this from my mentor, Bob Proctor. You know, his whole studio had a certain vibration about it. I mean, the plants loved to be in his studio. They thrived. And whenever you were in Bob's company, he had a certain vibrational essence about him, right? Everything was quality, quality, quality. In fact, here's a secret. You know, Bob only wore Italian suits, everything Italian, handmade Italian shoes, everything. And he often would get dressed for an event. And if that particular suit didn't feel vibrationally right, he wouldn't mind running late. He'd rather put on the suit that had the right vibrational feeling about it before he'd go out and do a seminar. So it's the same for the company you may want to work with, or maybe a client you want to attract. Try and get into that frequency that matches the client you're trying to attract. And if you can soak yourself, literally soak your whole subconscious mind, right? Because remember, mind is movement, and your subconscious mind, really, your mind is in every cell of your body. So if you can saturate your subconscious mind with this frequency, this particular vibration, okay, because remember, frequency is the line that the vibration sits on. So you're all about studying it all, feeling it and smelling it and tasting it and touching it and hearing it. If you can soak yourself in that and stay in that frequency, on that frequency long enough, because there's infinite lines of frequency, then you will attract the job or the client effortlessly, absolutely effortlessly. Most people are doing the doing first. I'll apply, I'll chase the client, but I say no, just saturate yourself in the frequency first, right? On that vibrate, and then allow it to come to you. See the difference, right? There's no more efforting anymore. No, it's all about attracting. It's all about attracting instead of chasing. And this is the quickest way for you to attract the perfect job with the amount of money you want to be earning, the perfect client. It's all related to being consistently in that vibration as much as you can, and then game over, it all starts to happen for you. So if this video resonated with you, then please consider sharing, subscribing. I'd love it if you would subscribe, and commenting. And if you would love some support, I'm happy to go a little bit deeper with this on a call. Just click the link below and we can catch up and see if it's a fit for us to work together. See you soon. Bye.